What's going on, Card Pack? Today we are going over the top 10 baseball cards, the hottest selling baseball cards over the last week, the individual cards that had the most sales. And we're going to go from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Before we dive into that, a few reminders. The audios from these videos, you can catch them on the podcast, link in the description. And if you want to get my top sports card pick of the day, as well as join one of the best discords in all the land, join the Sports Card Society, SportsCardSociety.com. It's only $12.99 a month, $129 a year. You get 2 months free on the year one, but overall it's only like 40 cents a day. How it works, you log into the members area, and there's a new video uploaded almost every day. They're short, they're only about 5 minutes. I just show the card, I show the data, I research, and my reasoning as to why I like it, and what I plan on doing with it. Am I selling it a month? Am I selling it a year? Am I holding it long term? What am I doing? A couple examples is Kyler Murray here. We're getting it for under $200 in February. Here it is going for well over $300 in April. This Baker here, we're getting it for under $300 in March. Here it is going for $500 in April. Timing when to sell matters too. If you'd sold this in April, you would have way more than paid for your entire year's membership for the Sports Card Society. These cards have gone down a bit as the market has, but I still expect this card, because it went up so fast, these football cards, faster than they normally do, because they usually just kind of tick up all the way to the beginning of the new season. But they went up so fast, I think a number of people decided to sell, not to mention the basketball card market kind of spooked people a little bit. But I still expect like this card to be $600-700 by the time the season rolls around, because as we get closer, these will start going back up is my guess. But check out the Sports Card Society, SportsCardSociety.com. Go check it out. Link in description, homie. Here we are in the Market Movers tool. Let's dive into the content. What I did is I went to sales volume by card, and I pulled up baseball in the grade PSA 10. You got to look at the PSA 10, man, because that's where the entire market starts. Like, what's the price of the 9? Well, it's based off where the 10's at. What's the BGS 9.5? Well, it's based off where the 10 is at. Everything's based off that, so that's what we look at. Number 10 on the list, Mr. Randy Johnson, the big unit, 1989 tops traded base. Pop count of 3144, 6 sales on the week, up almost 19%. By the way, if you're newer to this, you don't know what it means. Pop count means this card in this grade. That's how many of them currently exist. There's a pop count for every card in every grade. So there's a different pop count for this card in PSA 9, BGS 9.5, etc. Let's pull up the chart on this. Pull up the Chizart, baby. By the way, I really want to get to 5,000 subscribers. Please help me with that. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit the notification bell while you're at it. And please hit that like button for the love of God. I feel really appreciated when you hit that like button and when you subscribe. So please, sports channel a lot. So here it is. Let's see here. It started the week at $55. Ended the week at $66. There it is. He actually got drafted by the Expos, who don't exist anymore. Obviously, Montreal Expos. He was only on there for a second. Then he went to the Mariners for quite a while. I still think of him as a Mariner. Even though he won the World Series as a Diamondback, I think of him as a Mariner. I mean, I live in Seattle. I'm not like a Mariners fan. That's not my team. The Twins are my fan, are my team. Sorry. I just got back from spending a few days in the mountains morel mushroom hunting, because it's that time of year. I've talked about it before. Morel mushroom hunting, there's just something so fantastic about it. Yeah, I mean, sure, you find the mushrooms, you go on the hunts, you climb the mountain, you search and search and search, and you find them. And this time we got to bring a buddy of ours with us who had never done it before, and he just loved it. And together, me, him, my partner Jenny, we went and we probably ended up getting pounds of morel mushrooms. And what we did is went to a burn area, so a part of the forest that had been on fire last year, because the morel mushrooms the following year pop up in groves, because they're intelligent, so they're trying to get out of the area, because it's not a good area for them to live anymore, because they live off of the trees and the roots and stuff like that. I think they use the sap a lot, but the trees are like all burned up and dead, so they're trying to get the hell out of the area. So you find a lot of them. Anyways, we found a bunch of them when we went back, spent about 5 hours climbing the mountain, foraging, mushroom hunting and finding morels. Is so fun. And it's, no reception. It just checks a lot of boxes. It's just it's almost like a spiritual thing. It's just such a wonderful experience. Anyways, and then we went back to the campsite, which was right on the river. We did disperse camping, so we just like find disperse camping in the U.S. forest, and then we built the campfire. We cooked the mushrooms. We cooked a creme sauce for a pasta. So we made a morel mushroom creme sauce. It's either creme or cream, but I think they call it a creme sauce pasta. And that was a very good day. That was a very good day. But we spent a few days doing all this stuff. But God, anyways, I just got back. So if I'm a little choppy with this, please give me a little bit of slack. Because I make these videos every day, so like I really get in a rhythm. But sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm back. Oh my God, I'm back to the city. Oh, I'm back in my studio. I'm not climbing up a burnt mountain and chilling by a campfire and stuff like that. So it's fun. It's that time of year. Happy Memorial Day weekend, by the way. I mean, this is typically when summer really starts, and it's just so good to get outdoors again. I mean, I got outdoors a lot last year too. I just mean over the winter, don't get outdoors as much. But leave a comment, man. If you're into morel mushroom hunting or something like that, or some other mushroom, leave a comment. I want to know about it. All right, to this card, what do I think about buy, sell, or hold? With these cards, I'll do buy, sell, or hold, as usual. Let's pull back 90 days. Let's see what we got here, what we're working with. Randy, what do we got? 31.44. It looks like it hit a high here of about 130 about 2 months ago. And then it dipped. Here it is, about 62. It looks like it's been riding dirty, riding steady most of the time. So I think the real value of this card is somewhere between $50-$60. Like it's been kind of riding steady. So I would call this a good stretch of support. This is like a good month and a half, almost 2 months of support, really. Yeah, almost 2 months, because it'll be the 2nd of June on, Wednesday? And this date I'm looking at here at $60 is the 2nd of April. Boy, no, wait. Yeah, 2 months. Yeah, because it'll be June. Damn, this year's flying. If you like Randy Johnson, you believe in stuff like that, I mean, I could see you buying this pretty cheap card, $50-$60. Let's go to eBay real quick, take a look-see look. I mean, he's a legend. The big unit, he's a legend. Let's see what we got here for what's on sale. Yeah, looks about right. Make an offer on that. I'll put a link in the description to it. I could see this because, here it got up to $130. Here's one for $115. Here's one for $120, $105, $115, $115. Those are exactly the same. $114.99. So this is just a good one to have. Like for me, sports card investing isn't about quick flips. I mean, I do some of those, but most of my buying has a longer term vision. Like this card, for instance, it looks like it's got a good level of support, which is really where the buyers and the sellers meet. And the sellers just kind of say, yeah, I'm not going to sell this card for any less than this. I'm just going to hold it, or I'll wait for it to go up. I'm just going to hold it. So it just kind of plateaus out the drop, hence support. And same thing happens at the top with the resistance, but it's the buyers finally say, that's it. We're not paying any more than this. I'm just going to wait. So this card seems to have a good level of support here. I mean, if you can get it, make an offer here. If you can get it for under $50, that's probably super great. Free shipping on this one too, actually. So I'll put a link in the description to that one. I like that. That'd be one that I'd just be waiting for vintage to go up again. It may be. I think it'll be by the end of the year, but it may not be until the beginning of next baseball season. I'm fine with that. If I can turn this $60 into $100, $120 in a year, that's a really good investment. It's just in sports cards, we get so spoiled, because we really treat it more like a real flipping. A lot of people treat it like a real flipping game, and I get it. It's fun, but it's just like that attitude. It's just a hard expectation to sustain. I think that's why the market's kind of chilling out, because people are cooling off, because the prices can't just keep going up and up and up. And if so many people are playing that quick flip game or not having the patience, then you get frustrated. But if you have the patience to play, that's how the real investors play the game. It's about having the patience, about having the foresight to see what cards are gonna do. This Randy Johnson, $60, he's a legend. He's already been up to $120. If anything, I could just throw this up on eBay at $100 and just forget about it and wait till someone buys it, if that's what I want to do. Next on the list, number 9 is also Randy Johnson's 1989 score traded base, pop count of 2338, 7 sales on the week. It's up 100%. Let's look at the chart on that. I feel like the tool got a little deceived in that. I doubt this card's up 100% on the week. You'll see why in a second. And by the way, this Market Movers tool, this is the most important thing I use in sports card investing. As you see, I make all my videos with it. This is how I do all my sports card research for my buying and selling. Because I can just see all this data right here in front of me. Yeah, it looks like this card did go up 100%. That's crazy. I'm going to have to look at that on eBay and pull that chart back. But, if you don't use this data tool, you got to have something. If you're not using a data tool, you're crazy. Straight up, you're crazy. Because you have no idea how much you're screwing yourself. You're wasting so much time. You're missing so many opportunities. You're making so many mistakes if you don't have the data in front of you like this. You can't just go back and forth between 130 point and eBay past sales. Like, that's a very limited strategy. Very limited. Got to have a data tool. I'll put a link this is my favorite. Market Movers is my favorite. I'll put a link in the description for it. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month of your first year, whichever subscription you choose. I have the year subscription, and I have the Pro version because it has the most tools, and I like using those. Let's pull this Randy Johnson card back 90 days. Hell, let's pull it back 180 days. Get an even better look-see. So 180 days ago, this card was at a low of 1650, but quickly got up to around 30. So I think this card was worth about 25, 30 bucks in reality 180 days ago. And then it started ticking up. And then it kind of leveled out here. And it ticked up some more. And it ticked up some more. And then it kind of went down some. Then it had a big-ass spike right there. That doesn't make any sense. But this is an interesting card because you see it ticking up, but you do see it kind of flattening out here. And kind of going down. So I don't know about this one. I think I'd stay away from this and I'd probably go with the other one. Score's cool and all, I guess. Good looking picture. This is one, I guess it's the same principle. You can do the same thing here with this and buy it just like the other one if you can get it for this lower price down here. Looks like it's a little too high to buy right now though, so I'd either hold it or sell it. If you can really sell it for 110 bucks, sell it. But you can't because it's going for probably 50, 60 bucks. I would probably, based off this chart, I would probably buy the other one and either hold or sell this one. Number 8 on the list, Ken Griffey Jr., which is just an all Mariners thing here. 1989 score traded. Base, pop count of 4388. 10 sales on the week, down a little over 9%. Let's chart it, baby. Happy Memorial Day weekend, by the way. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're getting outside a bit. It's good. It's healthy. It's important to get outside. I never had this scorecard, I don't think. I was a big Griffey fan. He's my favorite player of all time. I'm not a Mariners fan, but, I played baseball in the late 80s and 90s, what do you call it? Little league and high school and shit like that. 145 bucks to start the week, 160, 130, and Griffey was just the man. He was the man. I'd never seen a player like that. He was the man. So that's why he's my favorite player. That swing, those home runs. I think he had like 10 gold gloves. I mean, he's the best baseball player I ever saw. Barry Bonds is arguable, for sure. But, he did, performance enhance a bit. Griffey never did any of that. So he's certainly, I think, one of the best players to ever do play the game. Let's pull this one back 180 days. Let's take a look here. So this card looks like it went pretty flat to me. It doesn't look like it actually... Oh, yeah, it's because that's right. The chart said it went down about 9%, but it looks like it's more flat. 180 days ago, you could have got this card for 70 to 90 bucks, and then it rode all the way up to 250 bucks in mid-February, and it's been kind of winding down since, but you can see starting kind of here at the end of April, you can see how the price just kind of flattens out. That would indicate support to me. And that makes sense because, it's just a little bit higher than where it was before it started going up. And that's usually where they fall, just a little bit higher than where they were before the rise. And so this card's real value to me is probably about 130 bucks. Pop count's not crazy. Let's pull up eBay on this. That might be a buy on this. Because I just think right now, plus, having a data tool, I can see that it's got stability right here. For over a month, this card's been stable. after the drop. And to me, it looks like it's slightly going up. So let's do buy it now. 144, that seems about right. What do we say? I thought the real value was probably around 130. There's a sale for 160, 120, 145, 150. So that's it. That price is probably about right. Any good best offer here? I mean, you got this best offer here. I'd probably make an offer on that. I will, just because I like this chart. You know, it got up to 250. Plenty of sales well over 200. So I think it's a good discount right now. It's Griffey. I feel like Griffey's a pretty safe player. He's an all-timer. And I'm not scared by the sports card market at all. I'm so excited about the market right now. I am so excited about the market right now because to me, everything is just really on sale. Now, because basketball is going on and stuff right now, I'm not buying a lot of basketball, but football and baseball is going on too, obviously. But, you know, Griffey's not playing. You know, Randy Johnson's not playing. Frank Thomas isn't playing. Mickey Mantle's not playing. So I like these guys right now. These baseball players and football. I like the active football players, and I like the vintage / legend market. Those are my favorites right now. With the Sports Card Society, I'm basically doing my research because I found those two markets to probably be the best, right? Not even probably. They are the best markets to be in right now from the data that I look at. Again, a disclaimer, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. I can't guarantee anything, right? It's kind of crazy that I even have to say that, isn't it? Kind of crazy that I even have to say that. When did we as people in an adult society not take responsibility for our own actions? Right? When did we learn that? I hope we can shift into taking a lot more responsibility for ourselves. I'm not talking about you personally, but plenty of people. And it's just, it's interesting. It's an interesting time in lack of self-responsibility, in my opinion. But anyways, I have to say that. But you already know it, I'm sure, because you're smart people. You're in the sports card market, so, you know, I think you're pretty smart. And you're watching this channel, so I think you're genius. Griffey, I mean, look, it looks pretty stable to me. It's Griffey. There's no doubt in my mind this card's going to get back to 250 eventually. I mean, I think by the end of the year, but maybe not till around the beginning of next baseball season. You know, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me because that's a pretty good gain. If I can put my money in this card instead of in the bank or in a CD or a 401k or something like that. This is in my opinion. This is why I got to give that disclaimer, right? This is my own decisions and opinions. You do whatever you do your own research, make your own decisions. But to me, I'm like, if I can put 140, 150 bucks in this Griffey card and just put it up on eBay for like 225, 250, 300 and just wait for it to go. Maybe it doesn't go for a year. Great. Really? I can double my money in a year? Worst case scenario? Sounds good to me. Like, where else can you get that kind of return? Crypto. Yeah, I'm in crypto too. But, you know, crypto is a much more volatile market than sports cards. Because these sports cards they're physical assets. They're physical things. And people have more, we understand them more. Crypto is just like a number we see on a screen, really. There's nothing physical or tangible about it. So it just makes sports cards and collectibles and art more, sure they go up and down, but they're more stable. And this market's been around for well over 100 years, this sports card market. So it's not a matter of if, will this card ever get back to 250? Of course it will. And eventually it'll get higher than that. It's Griffey. He's a legend, Hall of Famer. One of the best to ever do it. Like, of course it is. This is a person that's always going to have demand. Well, what about decades down the road when you got a bunch of people never saw Griffey play. You know anyone that ever saw Babe Ruth play? You know many people that ever saw Mickey Mantle play? Honus Wagner? Lou Gehrig? Joe DiMaggio? No, you don't. And that's just the way it is. Like, it doesn't matter. It's about the legends because we know who the legends are. Yes, there's more of these cards than, say, a Babe Ruth or a Mickey Mantle, but that's what the market cap is. That's where you take the value of one of these cards and you multiply it times 4,388. So the market cap of this card would be, say, $140 times 4,388. That would be, I don't know how much that would be. I don't want to take the time to add it up. But, that's the value of this, what I feel, asset, this company, this business, this collectible. That's the market cap. Very important number to look at. And there will always be a certain market cap for this card, and it'll fluctuate up and down because of the price of the individual card. This card will never be as much as any Babe Ruth or Mickey Mantle or Joe DiMaggio or Lou Gehrig card. That's not the point. The point is it'll always have value, and the value over time will go up because Griffey's only got so many rookie cards, and this one's lower on the pop count. I mean, like his Donruss has 5 figures, So this one's got some good value, I think. So I'll put a link in the description to that one. This video I can already sense is getting longer, but I haven't made a video in a few days. I mean, I post-published. I recorded a bunch of videos in one day, and then I scheduled them to publish one a day because I went morel mushroom hunting. So I feel like I'm just talking a bit more on here, but I hope it's valuable. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. I super appreciate it, and it really supports the channel. Next on the list, this would be, Randy Johnson again. It's all 10-9-8-7. Randy Johnson. And then Griffey, you already saw that. Right? What's going on here? 1989 score, 6 sales on the week. Wait a minute here. Did I not sort this correctly? Oh my goodness. I didn't sort it correctly. I apologize. Goodness gracious. We'll just speed this up then. I still think those cards are good buys. I don't know how they ended up on here. But we'll speed this up a bit because most of these look like modern players. My goodness, my bad. But I think that I'm glad that that's what happened because those are some cards. I'm buying a lot more of those cards I was just showing you than I am these cards. So Pete Alonso down here has actual number 10 with 40. His 2019 tops, pop count of 13,000, 44 sales on the week. I'm not buying that. Gavin Lux, 2020 tops base, pop count of 11,000, 46 sales on the week. I'm not buying that. Lou Bob, 2020 tops base, pop count 6409, 47 sales in the week, down 23%. Let's take a look at that. That one's interesting because Lou Bob's out, so his prices are depressed. And, tops flagship card here, PSA 10. Here is it $65 to start the week, $48 to end the week. Let's pull it back. Let's go 180 on it, 180 days. Let me get some coffee. Interesting pattern here. You can see, obviously, it was back at like $100 in December, and it worked its way all the way up to about $150, $160 in January, February, and then it kind of started going down slowly, and then it really went down because he got hurt. And now it's really been going down, and boy, that thing is depressed right now. Interesting. Maybe a really good time to buy this. Pop count's not insane on this one. 6,400 for Topps flagship. You can really see it's been going down for 2 months. It's been going down at a pretty good rate. So let's pull it back over 60 days. 60 days ago, this card is at 110. There's 120. It's just kind of been going down, 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 down. Now, would I buy it right now? Here's what I would do. Because what's it selling for? About $50. I think I would set an alert, because you can do this in the Market Movers tool, below $40. If this card goes below $40, Market Movers is going to alert me, and I'm going to buy it. So I'm not going to put a link to that one in the description. But he's supposed to come back well before the season's over. So I think these prices will certainly go up, but he's a ways away from coming back. And I think I don't see any support here. It looks like it's still sliding. So I think $40 is probably the buy spot. Next on the list, so Pete Alonso, Gavin Lux, Lou Bob to 9-8. Number 7 on the list is Jason Dominguez, 2020 Bowman base. First prospect, 48 sales of that one on the week. Pop count 64, 45. That's pretty high pop count for a 1-year-old card. Although Lou Bob's his too. That's true. That's right. Although his is tops. This is Bowman base. Bowman first prospect. That's going to be one that you get graded even more so than the Topps flagship rookie. Do I want to look at that one? Jason Dominguez, down 0.34. Let's pull up his chart real quick. So that Lou Bob is the only one on the list so far that, I mean, if you bought it right now, I think in my opinion, I think it'd be fine. I think that would be a good investment. I think it goes for probably back up to $100 by the time Lou Bob comes back, like when he comes back. So that seems pretty solid to me, but I think I just wait on it a bit. Not a big hurry to me by the look of that chart. So I'll just wait. I have this. I sold one of these around the beginning of the season. Made some pretty good loot on it. I got it for like $40. It was absurd. I got it in like November. I sold it for 100 and some in like March. And this card started the week at 96, ended the week at 82. Jason Dominguez. Let's pull him back 180 days. He had a lot of hype. 180 days ago, this card was like $60. Went to a high of 160. I think I sold it around 125, 135. Then went down. Here's a nice little support, but then went down again. Been going down. Got a little support ladder here. It's just about around here. I'm just not crazy on Jason Dominguez right now. So this card, I think I would be holding it. I think it'd be a hold on that card. Next, Kyle Lewis, 2020 Topps Chrome, number 186, his base. Pop count of 1727. Kyle Lewis, Rookie of the Year last year. 49 sales on the week. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid sales volume because of his pop count here. So, what, about 3% sales volume? That's hot. That's really hot. Down 7% though on the week. Let's pull up his chart. I think Kyle Lewis is having a pretty good year. Mariners, they're doing pretty good with rookies. Let's pull this sucker up. $38 to start the week. 36 to end the week. Just seems low to me. This guy was Rookie of the Year last year over Lou Bob. Let's pull back 180. There was a viewer that commented and said he liked 180 more than 90, and to me it's not really like I think you need to look at them both. You need to be able to zoom in and zoom out. Like I look at this, 180 does give you a good picture. To me, it kind of depends on where you are in the season or in the off season for where you look. Now we're far enough into the season, plus there was a run-up in February and January. So now I'm to the point where I kind of just pull back 180 days. It does make sense. It was pretty, 180 days ago, this card was about $100. And it's kind of was pretty flat, slightly trending down, and now it's been going way down. Now it's down to $36. Might be a good time to buy Kyle Lewis. I mean, I think he's having an all right year. Pop count's not crazy on that at all. 1727. There's one baseball player that I think is super undervalued right now. I'm going to put it in the society probably today. I couldn't believe his stats when I saw it and the value of his cards. I just couldn't believe it. But, that's... If you want to see it, of course, join the society, SportsCardSociety.com, link in the description. But there are some baseball players that, that I think are actually really undervalued right now, that are actually active and playing. So Kyle Lewis here, it's just so cheap. I mean, kind of take a flyer on it. I think what I would do, though, is I'd buy it on StarStock because of the price. Because if I go into eBay and buy a $36 card, of him, like this is one that I'm probably I'm not okay holding long term. I want to make some money on it probably before the season's up or something like that, but I may have to hold it to the beginning of next season. I'd just rather minimize my expense going in, and if I buy this on eBay, say for $35, well, I got to pay about $5 shipping, about $3 tax, so now I'm at $43 on a $35 card. That matters. because that means I got to sell that card for probably like 65, 70 bucks for it to be worth my time at all. Because even when I sell it, say I sell it for 70 bucks, eBay's going to take its 10%, so I'm going to get about roughly, 60 bucks. So that's a profit of like, maybe 20 bucks. So that's what I'm saying, to minimize that. And plus I got to ship it and package it and everything. Here on low price stuff like that, I just like to use StarStock because you can just buy it here and you don't pay any sales tax. You don't pay any shipping, and you get the card instantly. And you can relist it immediately. And the only thing you do pay is a 5% seller's fee, where eBay is 10%. Still more eyeballs than eBay, no doubt about it, but a lot of things make sense on StarStock too. I use StarStock and eBay. Those are my two main markets, no doubt about it. eBay number 1, StarStock number 2. I'll put a link in the description for StarStock here. Use code SportsCardConsultant. It is case sensitive. You'll get $10 free when you deposit $10 or more. Obviously, this is for new accounts only. If you already got a StarStock account, well, just log in and check it out. If I bought this, I might be a buy on this. I'm not going to include this in the description, but I see potential there. But if I were to buy it, I'd buy it on StarStock. I'd probably be holding the card or maybe buying it, not selling it. Next on the list, Juan Soto 2018 Topps Update, number US 300. His base, pop count 17,000. 50 sales on the week. If I was going to buy Juan Soto, it wouldn't be that card. We'll pull up the chart real quick. 17,000 though. I don't even want to play around with that. That's a big number. There aren't as many rookies in baseball as there are for like basketball. This card's been pretty flat. Let's pull back 180 days. See what we got here. Looks like it's 180 days ago. It was worth about 180, 190 bucks. Right now it's worth about 190 bucks. So it's back to where it was 180 days ago. Hit a high of, in the about 380. I mean, there's a chance this card, because of that pop count, like it's, I don't know. I don't know. To me, there's a chance this card doesn't even get back to that price because that pop count's so high. So this is one I'd avoid. I think Juan Soto cards are generally a good value right now, but this isn't the one I would buy. I would either hold it or sell it, depending on where I bought it at. I think it'll go back up eventually, but I don't know if it'll get up to 300 plus, 350, because the market cap, 17,221 times 300 bucks, 350 bucks. That's a big number. That's a lot of money going into this card, and that's a lot of buyers. So I don't know if Soto's got the juice to push it back up to that. I like Soto as a long-term play, but this isn't the card I would buy. Next, Fernando Tatis. Fernando. Like 3 years ago, this Mamma Mia movie came out, the second one or whatever. I never saw Mamma Mia, the first one, but my lady and I are going to a drive-in movie theater over in Port Townsend, Washington, which is out on the Olympic Peninsula. Beautiful, beautiful area of the world. And we went to a drive-in movie, and I love drive-in movies, man. I love drive-in movie theaters, but there's just not that many of them anymore. I always just love it, man. You go there in your car, you tune your radio to the thing, you can just kind of chill out. And you get to watch like 2 or 3 movies. It's fantastic. Anyway, but you gotta watch what they have. They got 3 movies, and those are the 3 movies I got. One of them was this Mamma Mia movie, and so we watched it, and it was like they sing a lot in it, and one of them was like Cher singing to Andy Garcia. His name was Fernando, and she's like, Fernando. It just makes me laugh. Good story. He had to be there. 2019 Topps Chrome, number 203, his base. Pop count on this one's only 76.68, and it's his Topps Chrome. I still stand that in general for these modern guys, Topps Chrome is their best baseball card other than their Bowman First Prospect. Bowman Chrome First Prospect and Bowman First Prospect paper are my favorites, but, well, Topps Chrome actually could be above the paper First Prospect. It's just hard to say. But Topps Chrome, to me, is the top 3, definitely top 4. You can't even argue that. You could say the straight up Bowman Chrome, I guess, but I think Topps Chrome is going to trump the Bowman Chrome that isn't the first prospect. Anyways, 76-68 pop count, 60 sales on the week, so decent sales volume. I mean, almost 1%. This Juan Soto, though, that's a lot of sales volume, and the card barely moved. So that's a strong indicator of support to me, but it also shows, look at how many people are buying it. So it's quite, there's a lot of demand. About a 3% sales volume, that's really good. Excuse me, Kyle Lewis was the 3% sales volume. I missed a digit here. So that's a really in-demand card. I think that the price point and everything. But again, I'm not going to put a link in the description for it because if I bought it, I was going to buy it on StarStock. And if you ask me what should I do, that's what I would say. But your decisions are your decisions. I can't guarantee a dang thing. I'm just a guy making videos who spends a lot of time on sports cards, and these are my opinions. Fernando Tatis, this card, this is interesting. Let's pull up the chart. Let's see where it is. This is the sideways one, right? I think this card got up to like 500. Yes, the sideways one. See? Let's pull it back 180 days. I'll get some coffee in the meanwhile. So it looks like 180 days ago, this card was around $150, and then it just kind of slowly ticked up all through December, January, February, where it hit its high mid-February at about $500. Yeah, and then it started taking down. It hit a kind of support level here for a minute at 330 there in mid-late April, and then it ticked back up some because he was playing very good. See, it's interesting. Look at this. I mean, this card peaked in mid-late February. It didn't. So that's a whole over a month away from the season actually starting, which was April 1st. And it went down. And then it got down to about 340. I mean, I think it's in part because he signed that huge contract. I think that was about this date, certainly when this jump happened. And then the hype just never got there again because that was maximum heightage. That's a real term. And then in season, about a month ago, got up to about 430. And then it's ticked down to about here, 300. Decent support level. You can see the support level has been going on most of the month of May. Sitting here around $300. Pop count's not crazy, and this is like, I don't love sideways cards, landscape cards, but it could be a buy. I think what I would do is set a alert here. I'm gonna set an alert. If this goes below 250, I feel like that's a making me take it price. So I'm going to do that. So market movers will alert me if that card hits below 250. So I'd be a hold on that card right now. Possibly a buy. And then look at next on the list, Lewis Robert, 2020 Topps Chrome, number 60 base, pop count of 4807, 71 sales on the week. Decent sales volume there, well over 1% sales volume. That's why I kind of like to look at 1% plus sales volume. Really gives me a stronger indication of the demand for that card in the moment. $81 to start the week, $74 to end the week. So it's just like that Topps you looked at. It's just that it's just Topps Chrome. Pop counts less. A lot less. No, not a lot less, just less. And but again, the Topps Chrome has more value than the regular Topps. Let's pull that up real quick. Let's pull up his Topps and compare them. Topps. Thought they might have update on here, but they don't. Base. PSA 10. See, this you can do this in the data tools too, and market movers anyways. Why didn't you pull up the Topps baseball one? Am I crazy? I think he has Topps update. Base. Well, I don't know, but this card, I don't know why the Topps one didn't show up. But same thing, he's hurt. I would wait on this one. Next on the list, Ronald Acuna, 2018 Topps update, US 250 base, pop count 18,000, 78 sales on the week, down 18%. I like Acuna cards. I don't think this should be the one that I would buy with that high of a pop count. Again, because of the market cap, it's just hard to push. It's much harder for the price of this card to go up than one with a much lower pop count. 210 to start the week, 173 to end the week. He was off to obviously a really hot start. He's still hot. He's got he's certainly in the home run lead. Chase, I think he's got 15. I think the leader's got 16. I think a couple guys have 16. This card got up to 290 around the end of April, and it just went down here to around 200, and it's just kind of been hanging out there, which is where it pretty much was leading up to the season starting. For some reason, his card just they had a good rise here, over 180 days, but it really just kind of got up to here around 200, 225, and it just kind of stayed there. It didn't really see a bump until the season started, and he was like playing lights out. And then the hype hit its maximum heightage. Again, that's a real word. It is now. Maximum heightage. And then it went down. Back to about where it was, 200, 220. I think that's probably where it hangs out. But overall, if we zoom in here over, let's do 30 days. You can see the data just shows us, it's kind of slightly ticking down. So I just went by this card. Plus the pop count, I don't like it. I wouldn't be a buy. I'd either be a holder or sell. Next on the list, and I believe this is number 1. So our top seller on the week was a Fernando Tatis, 2019 Topps, number 410 base. So this is a paper card, pop count of 13,576, down about 11.5%. Let's pull up this chart. What was pop count again? 13,000. Such a high pop count card. If I'm going to buy Tatis, this is just like the Topps Chrome, but it's the paper. Topps paper. 220 to start the week. 195 to end the week. Let's pull it back over 180 days. Probably going to see the same pattern we saw on the other one, where it's going to maximum heightage around, mid-late February, and then it does, because that's when he signed that contract, that like very long, very spendy contract. It's just been ticking down. He's playing great. Pop count's just pretty high. This isn't the one that I would buy if I were to buy one of them. Yeah, I'd either be a hold or I'd probably be a hold on this, but I would be watching for it, because it's a card that'll be in demand. Just the pop count doesn't make me fall in love. So that was the top 10. I'm still happy that we went through and I had the wrong ones up. The vintage legend guys like Griffey and Randy Johnson. I'll put those links to those in the description because I feel like those are really good buys right now because they're down, but yet they're showing support. Like they're not going down more. They've been the same price for like a month. That's a really good sign because these guys, like, there's no big reason for them to go up or down. They can't get hurt. They can't. The only thing they could do is, have a character issue come out. If all of a sudden, they get Deshaun Watson and like a bunch of women come out and call them sexual predators, then yeah, their stuff's going to go down because they're going to become less liked players. But they're pretty much cemented in history. They're Hall of Famers, all-timers. I like that stuff. So put a link for that in the description. If you want to get my top sports card pick of the day, join the Sports Card Society, SportsCardSociety.com, link in description. And the Discord's great, by the way, because people actually pay to be in it. They're very active sports card investors. It's just an excellent community. And of course, this Market Movers tool, I'll put a link for this in the description. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month of your first year. If you don't get Market Movers, and if you don't have a data tool, you got to get a data tool, whether it be Market Movers or whatever. I prefer Market Movers, so I've used them all, and I just feel like this one is like by far the best one. But you got to have something. If you don't have a data tool, you got to get one. If you're at all serious about sports card investing, you got to get one, because you have no idea how much time you're wasting and how inefficient and inaccurate your decisions are. You see what I do on here is I look at these charts. These charts guide me big time, and I think you see why. So get a data tool. I prefer the Market Movers. Link in description with the discount code. Of course, hit the subscribe button, the like button, all that stuff. Really helps support the channel. Card pack, and that's all I got for you today. Try morel mushroom hunting if you haven't tried it. And go to a drive-in movie. Those are COVID friendly, that's for sure. Stay classy. You're awesome. Thanks for watching. Spend another day with me, Card Pack. I'll see you tomorrow.